Hey everybody, Looks into Swirl here. Okay, so we are going to embark on our second Mr. Nola's Glitters subscription box February 2021 craft project. I'm going to make a tumbler. We are going to start the tumbler. I prepped it, I sanded it, I spray painted it white. Looks like I already got some glitter on it, but that was not intentional. This is a matte white Rust-Oleum 2X spray, couple layers of that. It has been outside drying in the sunshine. And I am now going to mix it. We're going to do the tack it method. Something I've really come to love because you get a beautiful glitter cup and it only takes one layer of epoxy to have a smooth surface that you can put a decal or a water slide or anything like that on. You don't have to put 2 or more layers like you do with, as far as I can tell, all the other glitter methods. So we have our cup, we have our Aleene's Tack It Over and Over, which we're going to mix about half and half with water. It doesn't have to be exact, don't worry about that, just eyeball it. Now here's the interesting part. I am going to put mostly Glitter Chimp's Mother of Pearl. It's a rainbow ultrafine white, which I think is beautiful, but because this is a Mr. Nola's Glitter February box tumbler, I also want to use 2 of the 4 gorgeous glitters we got. So I am going to put on the white first, then I'm going to put on the damask, and then, how do you say that? Damask? It's one of those words that, I've read it a bunch of times in books and things, but it's not a common conversation word in my life anyway. And then I'm also going to use Angel Face. So you'll see how I do that in a moment. First things first, we need to mix up our tack it with some water. So I'll just do that real quick. So I'm going to apply a layer of the Aleene's Tack It Over and Over mixture mixed with water. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back and apply a second layer. So we get a nice, good, rich tackiness. And we're back. All right, so here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try and put on, well, I'm going to be more optimistic here. There is no try, only do or do not. So I am going to put on my Glitter Chimp's Mother of Pearl white in basically this area here. And I'm going to tap off the excess, put the overflow back in the jar, do the tack it method on it, and then I'm going to move on to the damask, and I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to put the excess back in the jar, do the tack it method, meaning I'm going to use some fingers to apply pressure and flatten the glitter out. That's the tack it method. Do that up here, and lastly I'm going to do the angel face down here and on the bottom, same thing. And we'll see what we get. I have no doubt that some of the pink glitters are going to end up in the white area, and that doesn't bother me one iota. So here we go. Okay, tack it method. Using multiple fingers, I am pressing the glitter flat. I think you can see it when the sun hits it just right. Hopefully you can. It develops a nice sheen. If this were a holographic, you would get a really beautiful rainbow halo effect. All right, now I'm going to let this sit for a bit, and I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to seal it with a couple coats of my Rust-Oleum 2X Matte Clear. Stay tuned, folks. We will be back next for the epoxy layer. And we're back. Okay, I have my Tack-It Method tumbler with the white and the angel face down here and the damask glitter up there. It has been sprayed with Rust-Oleum 2X Matte Clear to seal everything in place. So what I'm going to do now, I don't have my new Mr. Nola's Glitter glass epoxy yet, glass coat epoxy yet. They have a new epoxy. I have an order in. I was hoping to use their epoxy, but I don't have it yet. So I'm going to use a little extra ALE, and I absolutely love how it turned out on a different cup I tried it on. So I'm going to use it again today. I will have links to everything below. And then as soon as the Mr. Nola's Glitter epoxy resin comes in, the glass coat, gets here to me, I will do a test with that on a different cup. So we'll still get to try that out, but just not in this project. All right, so I am going to mix up, this is a 20-ounce skinny, so I'm going to mix up 20 milliliters of resin, 10 of part A, 10 of part B. I am choosing, especially since this is a white cup, I'm going to use their UV resistant epoxy because I don't want any yellowing to occur. I want it to continue to look beautiful and white. So we're going to put the epoxy on. We are going to then drop some alcohol inks specifically in these areas. Up here to match with the damask glitter, I've got Pink Police. These are both from Woody's Goodies. And down here to match up with the angel face, I have Pretty in Pink from Woody's Goodies. So that's the plan. I'm going to get my gear on and turn on the ventilation system and all that fun stuff that I do. So I will mute the sound so you don't have to listen to all the fans and everything, and put it in fast mo, and you can watch me put on the resin and apply the alcohol inks. And then I will bring you back once that's all cured tomorrow, and we will go into the next step because there's more. So sit back and enjoy the show. And we're back. Okay, so our epoxy is dried, and I wanted to explain what I did right towards the very end of the segment you just saw, because I didn't explain it before I started doing the whole epoxy thing. And that is, after I put this color band up here with, see, this one was the Pink Police, this one down here was the Pretty in Pink. This one was okay looking. This one formed basically what looked like a straight, solid band of color all the way around. And I wanted something a little more yeah, wispy and unusual looking than that. So that's why I got out my spray bottle of 91% isopropyl alcohol. This is just transferred to this bottle from a store bottle. I spritzed the alcohol lightly as the cup was turning on my turner, and as a result I got what I think are gorgeous wispy effects. I did get a couple fish eyes. There's one there, and there's kind of a big thing there. I don't actually dislike those at all. They feel fine, they look fine. I'm not the least bit bothered because I basically like the overall look, which is not a solid band of color. And now the next step is to put the clear cast roses on. Also from our Mr. Nola's Glitter February box, we have these beautiful, beautiful roses from Crafty Thriving. I believe we get one sheet here, and they're printed all different sizes of flowers. I don't intend on using all of them on this cup. I'd like to put maybe one or two in my journal, and I can save the others for other projects. I would like to put the big one. I think that'll make a beautiful main decal. These are on vinyl or a jet, which means that once we cut them out, we can then peel the clear picture part off, and it will go on here like a clear vinyl sticker. Start by cutting out this one I want, and it's easier to figure out where to place it. Rub it down good. And you can possibly see the edges here, but they will disappear under the next layer of epoxy resin. Place some others around. Let me cut them off. I think obviously the purpley ones will go better with this color down here, so I'll use some of those. Now, if I were going to do this as a Mother's Day gift, the mother's name could go here. That would look beautiful. It could actually go across the top. It could even go under here. But really, I think right here would be beautiful. So I've covered up any potential problems I may have had from the alcohol. I love how this looks. I'm going to put another coat of epoxy on it, and actually I may seal it first. I don't think I have to. This stuff sticks on really well, but since I've been handling it like this, I would be more comfortable spraying with matte clear spray. It will not only seal these down, even if they don't need to be, it will go ahead and seal them anyway, and it will cover up my finger smudges with a nice matte finish that the next layer of epoxy will hang on to. And the next layer of epoxy, I didn't have this when I did the first layer of epoxy. Today, my Mr. Nola's Glitter Glass Coat epoxy came. This is their brand new epoxy resin. They are going to have a quick set version. It is not available yet. It had to be reformulated because they want it to be perfect before they ship it out to people. So this is the regular set glass coat, and we are going to use this to put our final layer on. So that's the next step. Stay tuned. And we're back. All right, let's see how this beautiful cup turned out. I am in love with this new epoxy resin from Mr. Nola's Glitter. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. No bubble problems at all. I did hit it with heat. You saw me do that with a torch at the end. But oh, this stuff is beautiful. Wow. Let's take it over here and get a closer look. This is just gorgeous. And the cup looks pretty good too. I love how this turned out. So if you're wondering about the clear cast, looks pretty good under epoxy. I think adding the Sparkle Glitter alcohol ink in helped a little, just to make it even more sparkly. I just love how this looks. It's beautiful. I do see a bubble. I did not see that when I first put that. Let's see if you can see it here. I'm sure you can. Yeah, there it is, right there. I didn't see it when I first put the clear cast on, so that was my failing. I could have just pricked that with an X-Acto knife and pushed the air out, and that would have been gone. But otherwise, this looks just stunning. I love it. Love how it turned out. And the next thing we need to do is take this puppy out in the sunshine and see it really, really sparkle. So hang on for that. And I will say now, stay safe everyone. I will see you in the next video. Don't go away.